This is Cooper. He is a 4-year-old Aussie Shepherd. I just picked him up. He's here for his 2-week board and train. We're going to start shortly with his evaluation walk, some bonding exercises today, and then later on we're going to start his e-collar training with his informal leash walking command, follow. And here we go. This is Cooper's evaluation walk.
What do you see? Note how the tension on the leash increases, and he is also not ready to turn when I turn. His nose is in charge of the walk. Note here how he went to the end of the leash, creating tension and not turning with me. Turns are one of the walking skills I'll be helping Cooper with. Although there are some walking skills to work on, all in all, I was surprised during his evaluation with his overall walking skills. I felt like he had been e-collar trained at some prior time because he is 4 years old. Cooper, at a higher percentage than most dogs in the 2-week program, is walking and is aware of me at the other end of the leash. Notice the leash is slack close to 100% of the time. He also started to turn when I turned, and you can see his turns here are pretty good. I wanted to get more data from his evaluation walk, so I went outside the backyard to add distractions. We are outside of a fence. There is a car that goes by for a distraction evaluation. All in all, his walking skills in this low distraction environment is pretty good. Again, with the follow command, I'm looking for the dog turning when I turn, visually checking in with me, no tension on the leash. Again, this is a continuation of his evaluation walk prior to e-collar. Here you can see tension on the leash. He's not ready to turn when I turn. His walking skills on the street overall are not too bad. The most work needs to be done on turns.
Cooper, break, break. Okay, so working on his release command, break, break, break. Good boy. Good job, Cooper. Evaluation to see if he knows any commands. Cooper, sit. Cooper, down. Cooper, heel. Cooper's had his conditioning of his e-collar, so here we go with the follow command. With the follow command, the dog could walk in front, behind, or to either side. It doesn't matter. What I'm looking for is the dog to turn when I turn, no tension on the leash, and to check in occasionally visually. And here we go. On July 8th, Cooper had an e-collar evaluation When dogs come into my program, some dogs I sort of detect during the home visit that they might have had e-collar training from the history that's taken with the family. In Cooper's case, there was no formal e-collar training that had been done, so he was accepted into my program. It's been about 2 months since that evaluation date, and today I'm determining that he has had some formal e-collar training based on his behavior and his knowledge that I'm seeing with some of the commands. So I'm going to go ahead and try to see how much training he has had with his different commands. The other thing that I want to address is that every trainer uses this tool in a very different manner. With dogs, you only have one time to imprint them with the static stimulation. I use the tool much differently than the majority of trainers out there. I use the tool to just gain focus at the lowest static stimulation level. I also use the tool to talk with the dog through button pushes to get that really precise, for example, heel and sit. Also that precision close to 100%, like 99.99% for off-leash recall. I want a happy dog. Sometimes that's not always easy to get in 2 weeks if another trainer has touched the dog with the e-collar. You can tell that he's panting. He was panting on July 8th when I did the evaluation, but obviously in July with a double-coated dog, I sort of chalked that up to it was too warm. I also noticed that he is overweight, so again, during an evaluation period, you look at all of the things that the dog brings to you in terms of his physical ability. So if a dog is overweight, you know, they don't react real well to the heat. So again, what I'm noticing is the panting, and again, I'm going to attribute that to not only the weather, although today is a cooler day, but also to the imprinting that was done with whoever used the e-collar on him previously. Because it looks like he's had prior training, I'm speeding up in terms of the program to determine how much he knows. So with the follow command, when my feet stop moving, he can sit, he can stand. I really don't care, just so he's stationary. So in this case, he chose to sit, which is fine. Indicator that he's had e-collar training is that he just got right up on his place board. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that. Cooper, place. Most dogs, if they've never encountered this board or the place command, they'll walk circles around it. You have to get them used to the object first because they're afraid of it. That's just normal. And then you work all 4 sides in terms of getting them to a comfort level and understanding the place command. So he's obviously had some work with the place command. Go ahead and check his recall command. And as you can see, he came off the board, which is fine at this point. I'm just doing an evaluation, but let me go ahead and have him place. Cooper, place. Okay, and it was just a matter of using spatial pressure to have him replaced. Cooper, come. Okay, and that was just a verbal command. There wasn't any leash tension of guiding him toward me. There were no button pushes on the e-collar. So let's go ahead and send him back to place. Cooper, place. Okay, and let me go ahead and evaluate him on all four sides. Cooper, come. Cooper, place. Again, no button pushes on the e-collar. Cooper, come. The way I teach the recall command is he gets a button push for come. It can tone, vibrate, or static stem. I actually prefer a static stem because that gives you that 100% recall when you're out around high distractions. It is the most important command that you can teach your dog off leash. Place. Okay, so he didn't place, so I'm going to go ahead and help him out with that to complete the command. Cooper, place. Place. Cooper, place. Again, this is day one. I'm continuing to evaluate how much he knows. Cooper, come. Cooper, place. Place. Cooper, come. Cooper, place. Again, giving him place. Again, giving him multiple points of communication. As you can see, I'm stepping forward with my right foot and pointing with my right finger to direct him toward the board. If he's not looking up, he'll see my right foot move. If he is looking up at birds, for example, he'll see that my right hand is extended, pointing toward the object that I want him to place on. In that particular instance, when he came off of the board, I went ahead and gave a button push to direct his focus back to the object that I'm wanting him to complete the task for, which is the place. This is an evaluation of heel and sit to see how well he does those two particular commands. So here we go with that. Cooper, heel. Cooper, sit. Again, I am using several modes of communication. He's getting a little bit of guidance from his leash. He is also got a button push for his sit. I don't care if a dog sits or downs, just so they are stationary. Okay, so here we go. Cooper, heel. Cooper, sit. Cooper, heel. Okay, so he turned the wrong way. Cooper, sit. We'll be working on those turns. Cooper, heel. Sit. Cooper, sit. Cooper, sit. Good boy, Cooper. Cooper, heel. Cooper, sit. Good. Again, you can see the type of control you can get with the e-collar. Cooper, break. Good boy, Cooper. Good job. We're just hanging out for a little while, part of our bonding experience. I'm really big into relationship training. I want to have a good relationship and start it from day one. As a trainer, you don't know everything that's happened to a dog in their prior learning experiences. Sometimes it's evident, like during the evaluation on July 8th, and sometimes it's not. Today, I figured out that there is more complexity to his prior learning experiences. This journey continues. I'm looking forward and I'm excited about being able to help Cooper with his manners, and tomorrow is another day. Join us.